My name is Ty Moore. I'm an organizer with Socialist Alternative in the United States. We're calling for an international day of solidarity and protest against Donald Trump and against the racism, sexism, and anti-working class policies that his administration will represent. January 20th is the day of his inauguration, and across the United States there will be massive walkouts, massive demonstrations of women, demonstrations of immigrants, of trade unionists, and all others who are facing attack and threat under his administration. But it's important that we also show global solidarity in this moment. Trump's ascendancy to the presidency of the United States is not only a threat to working people in the United States, but it's a threat to working people everywhere. His is an agenda of racism, of war, of heightened U.S. imperialism. And working people around the world are also facing similar threats of right-wing populism, of nationalist, racist, misogynist agendas of right-wing parties all over the world. If Donald Trump succeeds in his war on working people in the United States, it will give encouragement to far-right forces, to the most rapacious sections of the capitalist class all around the world. So we are saying we need to build a wall of resistance to Trump and to his policies all around the world. On January 20th and 21st, we encourage you to come out and join us. Already, Socialist Alternative was the first to call for mass protests against Trump the day after he was elected. Over 50,000 people came onto the streets from New York to Oakland, from Seattle to Minneapolis, and all across the United States from the very first days. There was mass student walkouts, mass protests of immigrants and others. The movement against Trump will be colossal. It will be the biggest movement we've seen in the United States since the Civil Rights and Vietnam War era, possibly even larger. And it's necessary to make sure this movement is not just in the US, but it's international. Because in the end, global capitalism is sinking the entire world into catastrophes of climate crisis, of global inequality and poverty, of war and destabilization. And it will only be through us coming together on the basis of working class internationalism and solidarity that we can build a wall of resistance not just to Trump, but to the far-right capitalist forces that he represents. Join us January 20th, 21st, solidarity.